notice something different about this place? It's kind of clean. I took all the stuff off of the front of this because I don't know if it was driving you guys bananas, but it was driving me bananas anytime I looked at the footage. There was more stuff up there, and now there's only a little bit of stuff up there. It's a lot less personality, but it's more clear. All that stuff, by the way, is over here so I can see it when I'm doing the dishes. Anyway, I hope you like that. I hope that makes you happy because I can only imagine if it was bothering me, it was bothering some of you. Today we've got something exciting. I can't tell you how much, I probably don't need to tell you. You guys have really liked the high protein videos. And that makes me pumped because that's what I'm trying to eat more of. This isn't a protein channel. I know it might feel like that a little bit right now, but it's really helpful for me. So I like doing content that I like and I like doing content that you like, but we're still obviously keeping it mixy. Even if you don't care that it's high protein, these recipes are just gonna be delicious regardless and quick. So the name of the game with today's recipes are quick, high protein, air fryer recipes. There's one recipe I know that you have to marinate, like preferably overnight, so take that out of the mix. You see me eating out of this because I made myself some chia pudding. It looks pretty gross, but it tastes good. I did a little mix of recipes here. We've got some zip zap zop quicker ones, and then we got veggie burger number. You guys sent me a ton of TikTok high protein recipe videos. Some of them happen to be air fryer recipes. So I was like, I need to just do a whole thing on air fryer recipes. And here we are. We should just get right into it. I probably have chia seeds all over my teeth, don't I? If you're about to comment, you have chia seeds in your teeth, don't worry. I know. Okay, let's make this first recipe. This first one, we're using tofu. It is Wildwood organic high protein tofu, super firm. We want super firm tofu. The reason I chose this one is because this one has 70 grams of protein in this package, okay? All right, so we're gonna be making these viral tofu bites. This recipe is by Healthy Simple Yum. They seem really simple. It's like nutritional yeast coated tofu bites. And our dear friend Rachel, you know Rachel Gajewski, the Goodful icon, she's the one who sent me this recipe. She was like, Merle, nutritional yeast coated tofu. And I'm like, whoa. Actually brilliant, because tofu is protein. Nutritional yeast has a decent amount of protein. You put them together. First thing we wanna do is drain this of its water content. Now, whenever I drain, like, oh God, I almost dropped it twice. Okay, I'm patting this dry, squeezing out the moisture. We're gonna slice this so we get some big old planks. I'm gonna take these tofu bits, I'm gonna put them in here, and we're gonna add our marinade slash seasoning. Actually, I'm gonna preheat the air fryer here to, she said 390 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 200 degrees Celsius, which is just so specific, but whatever, I'm doing as I'm told. Soy sauce. You know what? I changed my mind about this. I'm gonna put this in a bigger bowl so I can stir it up. Get it all coated in the soy sauce. Then we have 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. In her video, she's talking about how, according to science, you can't say you don't like something until you've tried it 17 times.
Guys, you can't dislike a specific food unless you've tried it 17 times.
So this was targeted for people who don't like tofu. So if you fall into that category, today could be your lucky day. Already, I like the simplicity of this. We've got, something weird was on that. Oh, it was a piece of tape. That just sounds creepy in the background. You're a little giggling if nobody knows what it is. A giggling ghost. Is he in the cupboards? We're going to coat this in 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. This is our coating here. 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast yields 5 grams of protein. There are 16 tablespoons of
anything.
Oh no, 10 grams of protein. So this is an additional 10 grams of protein just in this little cup. That's cool. We have another marinating recipe later. So I'm gonna save this bowl, this nutritional yeast left in it. So don't clean out your bowl if you're making all of these recipes in a row. Okay, these are looking good. It's definitely absorbing some of the excess moisture. I'm going to toss this in the air fryer for about 15 to 20 minutes, she said. We should be in business. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. Let's check on our little tofu bites. Wow! Dang, these look looks so good. That was so quick, and these came out looking absolutely gorgeous. They're beautiful. They're stunning. It made a ton of them too. I think these are the most beautifully crispy tofu bites I've ever made in my life. All together with the nutritional yeast and this tofu, this thing comes out to 80 grams of tofu. They're nice and crispy on the outside, and they're nice and warm right now, so let's try them, shall we? Oh my God, whoa. They're crispy, crunchy on the outside, fluffy and soft and warm on the inside. Oh my God, it's so good. I think the only thing I would improve on this, I would probably marinate these for like 20 minutes in the soy sauce with the garlic powder, but like, if you're looking for a quick, easy recipe, you found it. You found it right here. You could put this on salads, like little tofu croutons. You could add this to a rice bowl, some veggies if you want. You could have it on its own. If you look at my how to make tofu taste like chicken recipe and you marinate it in that, you'd have like little chicken tender bites. And the nutritional yeast, I think I would add a little pinch of salt as well, to be honest, to this recipe. I think I would give this one like an 8.5. Very good. Easy, quick, needs a little more oomph to it, a little more flavor. I kind of thought the nutritional yeast would give it more umami flavor. Easy air fryer, croutons, bites, you name it. The tofu came out perfectly even, crispy, cooked, and nice and soft on the inside. I've had challenges in the past trying to get perfectly air fried tofu, especially a whole block, because normally it doesn't all fit in the air fryer basket. So while we're appreciating that fact, let's take a minute to thank today's sponsor. This is the TOFU air fryer. Inspired by professional pizza ovens, TOFU's dedicated R&D team spent years reinventing the airflow and circulation of the air fryer, and now they have even achieved the #1 cooking speed. Also, hello. I don't think I have ever seen a larger air fryer tray in my life. I mean, like, you and a couple friends could tap dance in this thing. Better yet, it is dishwasher safe. Look, it's bigger than my head, and I got a big noggin. And those are only a couple of its amazing features. It has an incredible self-cleaning mode, dehydration mode. You can roast, toast, broil. It has an accompanying app. On top of it all, the TOFU air fryer is whisper quiet. So if you're in the market for a beautiful, efficient new air fryer that gives you perfect, even, speedy cooking every time, click the link in my description below and use code MERLO'Neil for 10% off your own TOFU air fryer. That's code MERLO'Neil for 10% off your very own TOFU air fryer. Thanks again, TOFU, for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back into it. Next up, I figured, why would I save dessert for last when I could just have it right now? After having that nice savory tofu, I feel like we deserve a little sweet treat. We're gonna be making That Vegan Babe's protein cookies, oat protein cookies. Now, she used raspberry when she was doing it. I'm gonna use blueberries because it's what I have and I love blueberries, so that's what we're doing. And this looks really, really easy, and it's supposed to have about 29 grams of protein per serving. That's per cookie. 29 grams of protein, people, okay? So I'll let you take that in for a second. Go ahead and take it in. Still taking it in? All right, nice. First thing we're gonna do is we've got a mashed up ripe banana here. I'm gonna add in some peanut butter powder. I have never used peanut butter powder before. I think people use it because it is like all of the protein but without the calories and without the fat. I personally don't mind the fat. I feel like I might need a little more banana. She said only a half a banana, but I'm feeling pretty dry. I'm gonna add in the rest of the banana. I'm gonna put these in there too. Maybe some of the water will come out and it can liquefy. We've got 1/3 cup of oats here. I'm gonna mash up the rest of this banana. There's no liquid in this recipe. There is a little bit of baking powder. I'm gonna toss that in. I'm gonna mix together with a spatula. Hopefully this shapes it up. I'm gonna add a little bit of water. I just put in like 10 drops of water. It was like 1/8 of a teaspoon of water, just to wet your whistle here. I'm going to get some parchment paper and we're gonna toss it in the air fryer. We're gonna air fry it at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 180 degrees Celsius, for about 8 minutes. Is this supposed to make 2? She doesn't say the serving size. I think I'm gonna add a little more water. Just a little more. So like altogether like a teaspoon of water. I'm gonna make these into 2 cookies because one giant one just seems crazy to me. We've got our cookies and now let's toss them in our air fryer. Let's see what happens. 350 for 8 minutes. All right, she's out of the oven. And you know what I realized this recipe is missing, and it would have given it liquid and probably would make it even better. I haven't tried it yet, but is a little bit of vanilla, but whatever. I'm gonna try it first. They don't look like hard. They're nice and soft. That's pretty good. It's tasty as like a to-go, quick, high-protein option. I think I would add some, maybe like a half a teaspoon of vanilla and a pinch of cinnamon and maybe even a little bit of nutmeg, just like a little tiny pinch. I think that would kick up the flavor of this a little bit. It's pretty yummy though. Very filling as well. And I think I would even put more berries. I would use regular run-of-the-mill peanut butter instead of this peanut butter powder. I get why she did it. If you do decide to stick with the peanut butter powder, maybe a little bit of vegan yogurt even to like add a little bit of moisture to it. I think that's what it's missing. And also what I will say is I'm using these really kind of expensive oats because I watched the documentary Common Ground and I learned about how much glyphosate is in so many of our products, one of which being oats, and I got really scared. But all things considered, worth a shot. I would give these a 7.5 out of 10, as is. Okay, let's move on to the next one. I have a feeling later tonight I'm gonna work on that cookie recipe because as I thought about it and as it cooled down, it went from like a 7.5 to like a 6 or 5.8. Okay, so for our third recipe, we are going to make an air fryer veggie burger. I'm always in the market for a good veggie burger, so I figured why not do something that we can make a big batch of. We can air fry and then we can freeze the rest and then you can just pop them in the air fryer whenever you want them. We're gonna try this high protein veggie burger recipe that has pumpkin seeds, it has hemp seeds, it has black beans, flaxseed, it has it all. It has a lot of protein. So I'm super, super excited to try this one out. Honestly, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of blend together or food process a bunch of our dry ingredients. Go ahead and add your raw almonds, your pumpkin seeds, your hemp seeds, flax meal, garlic powder, cumin, chili powder, smoked paprika into a blender or a food processor and kind of buzz that up, blend that together. Then I went ahead and I buzzed up my oats. And then I've got some black beans, a red bell pepper, and a diced red onion. And I'm just mashing this up with a fork. I like my veggie burgers kind of chunky. That's just the way I roll. But you can do whatever you want. And don't forget to add some salt and pepper. Now we're gonna add in our dry ingredients that we whizzed up earlier. All right, I'm gonna get in there with my hands. I'm gonna mush it up. This is where you get to be a kid again. Oh yeah, she's all forming together now. So we're gonna make these into some nice patties. So I'm gonna take this patty and I'm gonna pop it in the air fryer at about 320 degrees, 325 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm gonna put it in for 20 minutes, then I'll check on it, maybe flip it over in another 5-10 minutes. We have been busy. I toasted some buns with some vegan cheese, and I toasted up our little veggie burger here. Now let me say something. I am a very harsh judge. Oh, my lights are off. I'm a very harsh judge when it comes to veggie burgers. They're not my favorite, but I'm always in the market. It's just like salads. I'm always in the market to try to find one that can turn me. Put some sauce on there. Let's get this avocado. There's no need to be skimpy when it comes to the dressings of a veggie burger. Part of the reason I think people don't like them is because they don't dress them properly. You need like avocado, a nice sauce. I've got a chipotle sauce here. You know, you really gotta do it up. I love the way this burger looks because you can truly see all the ingredients in there. You might wanna brush it with a little bit of oil before you air fry it. I put it in there at about 325 for 10 to 15 minutes, depending on what consistency you want. So let's try this. Wow, that is so good. This veggie burger just tastes so fresh. The pepper, the beans, the onion, it all comes through so vibrantly. That is so good. I'm gonna give it an 8.8 out of 10. I was worried about it when I took it out of the air fryer. I thought it might be too dry, but just the outside crisped up, but the inside has remained delicious and like moist. This is the chipotle sauce I used, and then I used Violife smoked Gouda. And I think this is a Dave's burger bun, like whole grain burger bun. Amazing. I'm so happy. We have one more recipe to go. Let's get into it. We're gonna make some delicious air fried tempeh. Now, I think this will be helpful because I don't know about you, but I never cook with tempeh, mainly because it's just the texture seems pretty one note to me. Like unlike tofu, which is like, it'll take on any marinade you put it with, or you can kind of transform the texture in a bunch of different ways. Silken, crispy, you know, extra firm, pan fried, whatever. It's never really my favorite. Then I saw this recipe by Damn Tasty Vegan, and she showed a little tempeh hack in the beginning that caught my attention. We're gonna simmer tempeh in water first for just like 10 minutes or so. And apparently that's gonna remove some of that bitterness that comes with the taste of tempeh, and it should also make it more tender. So I'm really excited to see how that in itself works. And hopefully we'll have some tempeh that we're excited to have on our next grain bowl. Okay, so I went ahead and I marinated this tempeh yesterday. I had a second batch done, so it would be ready for today. Now we're gonna air fry it at 390 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 200 degrees Celsius. So specific. Again, so nice to have a nice big tray like this so they can have plenty of space for themselves. 390 for 15 to 20 minutes. We'll start with 15. Whoa. Finally, we've got our last recipe here. The tempeh came out a little bit more baked than I would have liked it to. I tried it again and I readjusted it so that there's a couple learnings from this recipe. They still came out great. Let me try one. Marinating it overnight is really nice. Brings up the flavor. Even though these are a little bit overcooked, they're still crunchy on the outside and they're still pretty soft on the inside, but it's nice. Moving forward, what I found to be better, at least with my air fryer, do 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 minutes. Also, don't get rid of your marinade. Coat it in your marinade again. I got rid of what was left and that was a mistake. But overall, I mean, this is a nice way to cook tempeh. I simmered mine for like 10 minutes. She didn't say how long to do it in the video. Most people seem to do around 10 minutes. I might do 15. It removed some of the bitterness, but it didn't remove all of it. So I'm gonna give it a 7.7. With my improvements, it's probably, I would closer to a 8.2. I whipped up a little something, little dressing here, and it's really nice. I like this method of cooking tempeh. It's just about getting the marinade just right. I'll put a marinade that I like in the description so you can see the one that I'm probably gonna use moving forward. There's nothing wrong with the one that she gave. This is just one that's kind of like a tried and true for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you had fun or you found a recipe you think you might try, go ahead and like and subscribe. It does help. It really does. And I appreciate it. And let me know what you'd like me to make next. If there are any recipes or any people that are making things that you want me to try, send them my way, tag me in them, whatever you want. Or comment below if there's some new type of recipe videos you'd like me to try. I'm always happy to accommodate where I can. So in the meantime, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Drink some water, say something nice to someone, treat yourself to something. Take it all as it comes, okay? All right, ciao for now. You guys rock.